In this video, we will see about internal direct sum and external direct sum of vector spaces. We will prove one theorem regarding the internal direct sum and external direct sum, and we discuss about linear span. You are well aware about vector space. Vector space is an abelian group, and we have taken combination of abelian group and field satisfying four properties. Here we construct a new type of vector space. Suppose let V be a vector space over F, and let U1, U2, Un be subspaces. These are the subspaces of V. These are the subspaces of V. V is said to be internal direct sum. Internal direct sum of U1, U2, Un if every element of V can be written in one and only one way as V equal to U1 plus U2 plus Un, where Ui belongs to capital Ui for I equal to 1 to n. This is definition of internal direct sum. Look at this. We have constructed the vector space depending on the subspaces. Every element of the V are expressed as a linear combination of subspaces. Now, in external direct sum, we consider vector spaces V1, V2, Vn. Suppose V1, V2, Vn are vector spaces. These are the any vector spaces over the same field, over the field F, and consider, and if we take V be the set of all n tuples, V1, V2, Vn, where each Vi belongs to capital Vi, then V is said to be external direct sum of vector spaces V1, V2, Vn, and specifically we denote this external direct sum by this symbol v1 v2 vn vn. So this is an external direct sum. Now internal direct sum we have taken subspaces u1 u2 un. These are all subspaces u1 u2 u3 u4 and un. These are the internal direct sum where every v is expressible as these elements. Where external direct sum there are different spaces v1 v2 vn. These are the different spaces, and we have considered v as a n tuple set. Each belongs to where v equal to v1 plus vn, where v1 belongs to v1 capital v1, v2 belongs to capital v2, dash 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 like capital vn. So these two definitions. Now we prove one theorem regarding this internal direct sum and external direct sum. The statement of the theorem is, if V is the internal direct sum of u1 u2 un, then V is isomorphic to the external direct sum of u1 u2 and un. We have to show that this V is the internal direct sum. Suppose this is V here. This is V is a internal direct sum of u1 u2 un, and we have to show that this V is isomorphic to external direct sum of u1 u2 un, n tuple set. This is u1 u2 and un. This is we want to prove. These two sets are isomorphic. There. Now look at this. What is V? V is internal direct sum of u1 u2 and un. Therefore for any element V belongs to capital V can be written as V equal to u1 plus u2 plus un, where ui belongs to capital UI, and this is an unique representation. This is a unique representation. Now let us define a mapping T from vector space V into the external direct sum of u1 u2 and un. We have taken the mapping from this set to this. This is a mapping T. Now for this every element there is an image where V is a internal direct sum of u1 u2 un and external direct sum is n tuple element. Therefore we write this as like this u1 u2 and un. Now we know that this n tuple element are a unique element. Two elements are equal if and only if every corresponding ordered element is equal. u1 equal to w1, u2 equal to w2, un equal to wn, and therefore this mapping is a well defined mapping. Now if we take, suppose I have one element w, Suppose W belongs to U1 external direct sum of U2 plus external direct sum of Un. But the external direct sum means n tupled element, and therefore this W must be like this: W equal to W1 comma W2 comma Wn. Again, for this W we write this as this W belongs to, this is an element, this element uh, this is belongs to, okay, this belongs to uh, for this W, this belongs to W1 W2 and Wn. For this W there must exist one element W1 such that W1 plus W2 plus Wn. And see the image of W1. W1 T of W1 equal to W1 comma W2 comma Wn. But this is nothing but W. That means for every W there exists an element W1 such that T of W1 equal to W. This shows that this mapping T is an onto mapping. T is a onto mapping. Now suppose that I have two elements U equal to suppose U1 this T of U1 equal to U1 comma U2 dash dash UN, and T of V equal to, by definition we have taken already, suppose this is V1 comma V2 comma Vn. Now if these two images are equal, two images, that means T of U equal to T of V. T of U means this is an element of this set. Here we have taken V and here we get T of V, element of external direction. So if images are equal, that means these two elements U1, U2, Un, this must be equal to V1, V2 and Vn. But this is a component wise equality, that is U1 equal to V1, U2 equal to V2, Un equal to Vn. And if every element is equal, we have U1 plus U2 plus Un equal to V1 plus V2 plus Vn. But U1 plus U2 plus Un, this is nothing but by definition this is U and this is V. So we get U equal to V, that is for T of U equal to T of V implies U equal to V. This is nothing but onto 1-1 condition. Mapping is a 1-1. We have proved two conditions. One is 1-1, other is onto. Now it remains to prove that T is an isomorphic mapping. If T is an isomorphic mapping, then uh, T is 1-1, T is 1-2 and T is homomorphic. So if these three conditions are satisfied, we can say that T is an isomorphic mapping and these two sets become isomorphic. So remember that we have proved T is an onto, we have proved that T is a 1-1. These two mappings are 1-1 onto. Okay. Now we prove this is an uh, isomorphic, homomorphic. We prove this is homomorphic mapping. Then all conditions of isomorphism will satisfies. Okay. So we have proved, friends. What is we have proved? We have proved that T is an onto mapping. We have proved t is onto, we have proved t is 1 1. Now it remains to prove that t is homomorphic. T is homomorphic. Homomorphic means which conditions? u1 plus u2, t of u1 plus u2 equal to t of u1 plus t of u2, and t of alpha u equal to alpha times t of u. Okay, this is we want to prove. Therefore we have what we have taken. So in that, therefore we write this u1 equal to, suppose u1 equal to we take u1 equal to t of u1 equal to, we take u w1 comma w2 comma wn we take, and u2 equal to, we take v1 comma v2 dash dash vn. So these are two elements. Now u1 plus u2, u1 plus u2, u1 plus u2, t of u1 plus u2 equal to, here what is u equal to, u1 equal to, what is u1? This is w1 plus w2 plus wn, and what is v? u2 equal to v1 plus v2 plus vn. But what is a u1 plus u2 then? u1 plus u2 equal to w1 plus v1 plus w2 plus v2 plus wn plus vn. Then image of this, if w1 w2 wn plus w1 plus w2 plus wn is u1, then t of u1 equal to w1 comma w2 comma wn, u2 equal to v1 plus v2 plus vn. Then t of u2 equal to v1 plus v2 v1 comma v2 dash dash vn. Now look at this, then what will be t of u1 plus u2? That is w1 plus v1 is first element, w2 plus v2 is second element, and finally wn plus vn. So we get this order tuple. Now we write this order tuple as w1 comma w2 comma wn plus v1 comma v2 comma dash vn. Okay, but this is nothing but t of u1, and this is nothing but t of u2. First condition of homomorphism is satisfied. Now second condition, we have taken u1, therefore alpha u1 equal to alpha into w1 plus alpha into w2 plus alpha into wn. Let us take t of alpha u1. T of alpha u1 by definition alpha into w1 comma alpha into w2 comma alpha into wn. We write it as alpha into w1 comma w2 comma wn, but this is t of u1, so alpha times t of u1, we get this. Okay, so all the conditions are satisfied, and therefore this mapping is an isomorphic mapping, and V, which is the internal direct sum of u1 u2 un, is isomorphic to external direct sum of u1 u2 un. Theorem is proved. Now let us move to next definition. Remember what we have proved? We have proved one theorem. We have defined internal direct sum and external direct sum. Now we're going to define linear combination. What is linear combination? So let us write the definition of linear combination first. If definition of linear combination, if V is a vector space over F, and if V1 comma V2 comma Vn belongs to V, then any element of the form alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus alpha n Vn, where alphas are scalars, belongs to F, is a linear combination over F of V1, V2 and Vn. We have scalars, we have vectors, and we have taken their linear combination. Now next definition, suppose if S is a non-empty subset of the vector space V, then L of S, it is read as, or the linear span of S is, what is this linear span? Is the set of all linear combination of finite sets of elements of S. This is called as a linear span of S. That means, for example, or for understanding to this concept, if my S consists of V1 comma V2 dash dash Vn, then we can take linear combination by definition like this. Suppose alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 is a one linear combination. Suppose instead of alpha 1, if we write as a beta 1 into V1 plus, you want to directly take as beta n into Vn, skipping all the elements V2 to n minus 1. Or if we want to take only three elements, suppose beta 1 V1 plus beta 2 V2 plus beta 3 V3. These are the three elements, linear combination of three elements. Whatever may be the linear combination, this is come under the set L of S. This is our L of S. Take scalars, vectors, and combine them like this: alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus alpha n Vn. Then it is called as a linear combination, where S is a suppose non-empty subset of a vector space. Then what is linear span? Is the set of all linear combination of finite sets of elements of S. This linear combination is a finite combination of finite elements. Okay, so now we will prove that this linear combination is a vector space. That means suppose this is my V is a subspace of a vector space. Suppose let us call it as a V, U suppose, and suppose this is as a this is V, or instead of two elements let us take more elements. Suppose I will take alpha 1 V1 plus alpha I Vi, this is a V, and V equal to, suppose my element is beta 1 V1 plus beta j Vj Vj. These are the two elements of L of S. Now what will be alpha u plus beta v? Let us write alpha u plus beta v equal to, let us compute this. Alpha u plus beta v means alpha into alpha 1 v1 plus alpha 2 v2 plus alpha I vi plus beta into alpha beta 1 v1 plus beta j vj. Okay, then what is the linear combination of this? This is equal to alpha into alpha 1 v1 plus alpha 2 into alpha 2 v2 plus alpha into alpha I vi plus beta into beta 1 v1 plus beta into beta j vj. This is an element. Look at this. So this element alpha into u, this is alpha into u plus beta into v. Suppose this I is 10, my I is 10, then this linear combination contains how many elements? 10. Suppose j is 20, how many elements? 20. Then this combination contain how many elements? 20, 10 plus 20, that is 30 element. Again finite. Instead of 10, if you call 100, if this is 200, then this is 300. But finally it is an finite, and therefore this element is again belongs to alpha u plus beta v belongs to L of S, and hence by definition of subspace, L of S is a subspace of a vector space V. Okay, we have defined that linear combination, then we have defined linear span of S, and we have proved lemma that L of S is a subspace of a vector space. To prove that, we have taken one element u, we have taken another element v. U contain I element, linear combination of I element. V contain linear combination of j element. Then we have computed alpha u plus beta v, which contain I plus j element, and this I plus j element again are in finite number, and therefore L of S is again belongs to alpha u plus beta v belongs to L of S. Hence, by definition of subspace, L of S is a subspace of a vector space. Now, we prove one more theorem regarding this linear span. I hope the idea of linear span is get cleared. So let us prove one more theorem, one more lemma regarding the L of S, that is linear span of S. The statement of the lemma is if S, T are subset of V, then first condition, firstly we want to show that if S is a subset of T implies L of S is a subset of L of T. Secondly, we want to prove that L of S union T equal to L of S plus L of T. And third condition to be proved, L of S equal to L of S. Now proof. What is given? If suppose assume that S is a subset of T. S is subset of T. S is a subset. And let suppose that I have V equal to alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus alpha n Vn. This is an element of L of S, and obviously this set V1, V2 and Vn is subset of S, finite set. Okay, but what is given? It is given that S is a subset of T, and therefore this set V1 comma V2 comma Vn B is subset of T also. If this is subset of T also, this member V is a member of L of T. That is, every member of L of S is member of L of T, and this shows that L of S is a subset of L of T. Hence, first part is proved. Second part. Firstly, we prove that L of S union T is a subset of L of S plus L of T. To prove it, let us suppose that U belongs to L of S union T. Then U must be like this: alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus alpha n Vn plus beta 1 W1 plus beta 2 W2 plus beta m Wm, like this, where this V1, V2, Vn comma W1, W2, Wm, this is a subset of S union T, and this subset is such that here we have specifying these elements is such that this V1, V2, Vn is subset of S, and W1, W2, Wm is subset of T. And therefore, to identify the clearly elements of S and T, we have written like this. Clearly we get that this V1, V2, Vn is subset of S, and W1, W2, Wm is a subset of T. But then if this is a subset of S, then alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus alpha n Vn is belongs to L of S by definition of linear span, whereas this beta 1 W1 plus beta 2 W2 plus beta m Wm belongs to L of T. This belongs to L of S and this belongs to LS2, and obviously their combination alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus alpha n Vn plus beta 1 W1 plus beta 2 W2 plus beta m Wm belongs to L of S plus L of T. But this is nothing but U. So U, which is element of S union T, here, which is element of S union T is element of L of S plus L of T. That is, L of S union T is a subset of L of S plus L of T. So first part is we have proved. What is first part? L of S union T is a subset of L of S plus L of T. Now we proved the half part, converse part. L of S plus L of T is a subset of L of S union T. Then we get equality. Okay. To prove this, we need some space, and therefore I would like to remove this one. Let us remove this. See the second part of this. To prove the converse, we take, suppose I have one element V belongs to L of S plus L of T, so that this V must be like uh, this must be like as U1 plus U2, U1 plus U2. This must be like U1 plus U2. Suppose this V equal to plus U2, where U1 belongs to L of S and U2 belongs to L of T. But U1 belongs to L of S means U1 must be equal to like this: alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus alpha n Vn belongs to L of S, and this U2 equal to beta 1 W1 plus. We may take different elements. So instead of n, you n and m, we can write I and j also. To be clear, I will write here j, so that your idea will be clear why we are taking similarly the same number of elements. We can take different combinations also, beta j wj, and here I will write alpha I and vi. Now look at this, these are the two elements. Now if we combine this, we get u. What is u? U equal to u1 plus u2, but this is equal to alpha 1 v1 plus alpha 2 v2 alpha I vi plus beta 1 w1 plus beta j wj. But this is then is member of, where these are member of these two sets. Which one? This v1 combined v1 v2 vi w1 w2 wj, but this is subset of S union T. We have taken the union of these. Look at this, these are the two different members. This is a member of w1 w2 wj. This is subset of T, and v1 v2 is subset of S, and therefore this combination combined set is a subset of S union T. Then what we get? This is an element of, that is U is a U belongs to L of S union T. So every this is an V belongs to L of S union T. Here U V. So we have proved that V, which is belongs to L of S plus L of T, is member of L of S union T. Hence converse of this is proved. L of S plus L of T is subset of L of S union T. This implies that L of S union T equal to L of S plus L of T, and hence proved. Now it remains to prove the third part of this theorem. What is third part? L of S union L of S. This is very simple. L of S is equal to L of S. L of L of yes, L of yes is by definition, this is then the smallest subspace subspace of V, which containing L of S. L of this L linear combination of L of S is the smallest subspace containing L of S, but L of S is a subspace, itself a subspace. We have proved subspace of V, and therefore the smallest subspace of V, the smallest smallest subspace of V containing L of S is L of S itself. Smallest subset containing L of S is small L of S itself, and therefore L of S equal to L of S. All three parts are proved. Friends, so we have here we have proved that we have firstly defined internal direct sum, then external direct sum, and we have proved one theorem regarding the internal direct sum and external direct sum. Then we have defined what is meant by linear span, what is meant by linear combination. We have proved that a linear span, that is L of S, is a subspace of a vector space, and we have proved one lemma: if L of S comma T are subset of V, then firstly SE is a subset of T, implies L of S is subset of L of T. Second, L of S union T equal to L of S plus L of T. And third one is L of S equal to L of S. So now thank you. We will stop here.